guys, how is it going? Welcome back to another Kenny Han video. Man, it has been quite a bit since I've uploaded. I've been sort of busy, just been busy doing stuff. Obviously I'm warming up the Supra right now because it is like full-blown winter right now. I mean, it doesn't look like it because like there's like no snow and shiz, but like it was pretty full-blown winter a couple weeks ago. But yeah, it's been about a month since I've uploaded, and you guys are probably wondering, what the heck have I been up to? What is going on? How are the cars been? Where is one of the cars right now? As you can tell in my driveway, one of the cars isn't accounted for. And today in this video, it's just all gonna be updating you on everything regarding that stuff. I also have a little something right here. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that is a little something. I don't know what for yet, but it's a little something. But yes, today I will be updating you on what have I been up to, specifically regarding one of the most affordable GX470s that I found on Facebook Marketplace. How has ownership been like, as well as what happened to it. It's gone. It should be right here. And I will be giving you the scoop on all that stuff in this video. Yep, so let's get it started. All right, we are in business again. Okay, so as some of you guys know, I had a GX470 2005 in silver pine metallic on the channel. It was, I think, one of the cheapest GX470s that I found in the Midwest for actually a decent condition. The GX470 is a very interesting market. You see cars where it has like 200k miles, 250k miles, like 300k miles going for like 10, 15, sometimes even 20k, when really the car is not really worth that. Sorry to burst your bubble, but even though you put a bunch of mods into the car, they're not really evaluated the same way. At least that's kind of what I think. When it comes to my GX470, obviously we haven't been seeing it on the channel like at all. And that's because I actually sold it. I sold it to my buddy Francis that owns SDR Garage. And I sold it for many different reasons. When I was first going into the GX470 build, when I first purchased the car, I thought I purchased pretty decent of a car, and I did. But it's until further inspection I realized that maybe the GX has a little bit of a time limit when it just comes to the overall health of the car. Right here.
So you need to sign right here. Seller and then print. That's it.
That's it?
That's it. Quick and easy.
Okie dokie. Man. This was my first car that I fully paid off. Well, I bought, paid off, you know?
I mean, it's a cool car.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Quick and easy.
Yep.
That's it. Alright.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
hope he doesn't blow up on
You're good. And so there was actually a lot of stuff that happened with the GX470 from the initial, like, you know, wheels and breakdowns and stuff till now when I did sell the car. I want to preface by saying generally the GX470 and the GX platform is a great platform, and I honestly love it. If I could find another GX in the future, 100% would do it. That engine with the all-time four-wheel drive with just the luxury and comfort, like, it was just so nice. And so this video is not a testament to GX in general. It was just my experience with my GX that I bought. Granted, I did buy from Facebook Marketplace, and it was a little bit of, you know, it ran through its fair share of owners, and so by the time it got to me, it was very well experienced. It was kind of molested of a car, but this was my experience so far with the GX. So there was actually a couple things, well, actually a lot of things that I didn't update you guys on when it came to the GX. The things that you guys already know when it came to the GX was that there was rust on the frame, the wheels were bad, which is why I swapped it out to the SCS wheels and Falcon Wild Peak AT4s. And then generally, everything was all right. You know, air suspension was working, and really the next next steps was going to be swapping out the airbags for static suspension, maybe a set of Bilsteins or, you know, Ironmans or whatever. But there were actually a lot of things in between that and now that made me really reconsider my position on it, other than the rust. To kind of start things off, the first thing I did to the GX, which I feel like all owners should do when you get this high mileage of a car, is really do the timing belt and water pump. And these are really crucial components of a car that will leave you stranded if one of them goes out on you. And so I did that. Couple months later, actually, I realized that I was constantly leaking coolant. And I have no idea why. We checked as much as we can visually from the outside. We went under until I realized that Francis told me that I have a faulty water pump. And it's kind of crazy because it was under 30,000 miles where my water pump, you know, broke on me. OEM straight from Toyota. And that was essentially where the whole death by 1,000 paper cuts began with this GX. Not only did I replace the water pump initially with OEM parts, but I had to get it replaced again. For those of you guys that don't know, if you're gonna do water pump, you kind of have to take off the timing belt as well. And so obviously labor for both was included into it. That also ran a hefty bill on top of the already existing water pump. And so I essentially had to do water pump twice. The other thing that I started to notice about the GX was there was this like slight whine when it came to the gearbox. I didn't know what the whine was about, but there were times where I would be flooring it, or I would just be like trying to diagnose this whine. And it would be like this slight high-pitched whine slash hum, very similar to almost like a supercharger. And on colder days, it would actually be exacerbated even more. Now, I read through the forums that, you know, it might be because obviously you have a high mileage car and all the previous owners didn't put it through its other gearboxes of 4-low and stuff. And so I did drive it through 4-low to kind of get the fluids moving and all that stuff, but that solved it temporarily and it still came back. And so that was kind of something where I was like, I don't know what the heck this whine is, but it is quite concerning when it comes to, you know, a high mileage car that I ideally want to take far. Now, the third thing on the list was rust, and I already called it out before. When I got the car, I had a decent amount of surface rust, and initially it wasn't too bad. I actually was able to jack it up on the car, you know, give it a Cosmoline fluid film, you know, rattle can coating, and it survived a winter in Chicago. Now, one thing I want to call out is that winters in Chicago have been getting less snowy and more cold. This winter, however, it's just been getting more snowy. In general, the underbody of the GX was always something that I was concerned about, because when you have rust on a car like this, it's really a ticking time bomb, in my opinion. Yes, you can do stuff to save it, like you can cut it out and do a metal transplant or reinforce it, but it's never gonna be the same, and there's always gonna be a chance where your welds may not hold up. And so essentially, I kind of told myself that if there ever was a problem where it exceeded the value of the car, I would sell the car. And rust was starting to become one of those problems. I had rust on the passenger side, and it was getting to the point where I was feeling unsafe even jacking up the car and putting it on jack stands. Now, the GX is pretty heavy of a car, so putting it on jack stands is kind of important when you're doing the oil. So I had to kind of like maneuver around and figure it out. But yeah, rust was really something that I guess I could have handled, but it was something that was constantly ongoing with the car. Now, when it came to one of the later things that actually happened more recently, it was something that I think is very rare on this GX, and that is engine knock. I don't know if it's engine knock or piston scoring or maybe rot knock or something like that, but when on the GX, that engine, that 2UZ, is rated to be, you know, aircraft compliant, meaning you could use it, I guess, in aircraft in some scenarios. But my GX, due to the multiple owners, and I don't know how the heck they've been using it, by the time I got to it, and around 160K miles, I started hearing this repetitive knocking noise. Now, it wasn't affecting the power in any way, but it was just kind of like this ticking and knocking, and it was rhythmic, meaning like there was like a beat to it. Almost like something was either wrong with the serpentine belt or maybe a pulley was off. When I looked deeper into it, everything looked fine, and the noise seemed to be coming from the block itself. So that kind of led me to really a very narrow and focused route. And that is paying a shop to open up the block to really confirm if that's the issue. And if that is the issue, that is potentially a full rebuild, which is when you look at the GX, that might be even more expensive than what the car is actually worth. That was a potential that actually popped up. Or it could be something as simple as like an oil pan or an oil system going out. And so I was kind of between a rock and a hard place. And at this point, when it came to the GX, I knew that my dreams of taking it cross country to Alaska, or maybe even short term to Colorado to do some overlanding and rock crawling and camping, was very not possible now. Maybe possible, but it did cost a little bit more money than what I thought. And all the mods that I put into the car, wheels, tires, lights, new CV boot on both sides, it was starting to become a little bit lackluster, I guess. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the GX started to become a little bit less of a reliable car than I thought, and a little bit more of a liability when I was driving it. Every time I drove the GX, I kind of had this assumption and this feeling in the back of my heart that like, what if it dies on me here? And so at this point, because I was looking at a potential full engine rebuild, and for them to only diagnose that is for them to actually open up the block, including labor and everything, I was in the market of just wanting to sell the car. And so I hit up Francis saying, hey, let's just put a pause on any of the progress and any of the diag that you're doing. And I think I'm just gonna sell the car, so let's just button it back up so I can start selling it. And that's when we had a conversation where if we were gonna sell it, Francis, the owner of SDR Garage, those guys, they've worked on the My GX for a good amount of time, and they actually did diagnostics on it. And so I felt like if I were to sell it, they would probably be the most responsible to be sold to, and most I guess honest, because you know they looked at the car and I sold it as is. And yeah, now I'm just down to my Supra and I don't have a GX anymore. So what am I gonna do now? Really, I've been kind of in the market looking for cars, been looking at 4Runners, GXs, Tacomas, even the newer 4Runners, the 6th gen. But I don't know. The market is kind of interesting when it comes to trucks and cars. The 4Runner market I thought was even crazier than the GX market. We'll see. I'm not in a rush at any point right now. I think just due to my work and just due to, I guess, my current lifestyle. When it comes to Supra, I am very proud to say that the Supra is completely paid off now, so it is now full Kenny Han ownership. It's my territory now. Just under 30,000 miles, been on 2 road trips, did a lot of things to the car. I can't wait to do a lot more with the Supra in the following year of 2026. Any other updates? Well, I know you guys are watching this now, but obviously when you guys see this, it's probably gonna be Christmas, and so I just wanna say, hope you guys have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you guys as well. I'm probably not gonna upload even before the New Year, so I also want to say Happy New Year's too, just preemptively. But my next video, it's not gonna be car related. It's actually another hobby that I love doing. YouTube might not like it, but I love doing it, and it's my first time competing in that hobby. And so I kind of want to share that with y'all. But the next video is gonna be different. And so hope you guys are still interested in that content as well. Let's just see how it does. The GX is sold, the Supra is paid off. Next video is gonna be different. And also, yeah, I guess I got engaged. So I guess I proposed and she said yes, so I got engaged. And so 2026 has definitely been a very interesting year. 2025 has definitely been a very interesting year, and I just can't wait to see what happens in 2026. Anyways, hope you guys have a happy holidays. I'm literally repeating everything again. Hope you guys have a happy holidays. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I will see you guys in the new year. Thanks, guys. Peace.